Okay. Now, if you had to say one message to the world, what would it be?
I think that the best hope for peace and prosperity in the world is greater cooperation among nations, which in turn will be produced if both our governments and the people of our countries travel more and get to know each other better.
When I saw Rockefeller's photograph in the paper, I had a very, very bizarre experience. I've never experienced something like this before, but it appeared somehow like my great-grandfather, G.T. Fulford, was channeling to me. I know this, what? Well, he was saying, you better tell David he's not got long to live, and he's got a chance here to change his ways. And it is the best approach. If you can get this man to change his mind, so many other things will change. But if you think I'm crazy, and maybe I am, but the William Lyon Mackenzie King, a man who was Prime Minister of Canada for 21 years, that's the longest Prime Minister in the Commonwealth, and longer than any U.S. president, okay? He regularly consulted with the ghost of my great-grandfather. And for some reason, 70 years after the fact, to this day, the contents of what that ghost told him have not been made public. They're not available on the transcripts of his diary that are on the web. Everything that the ghost supposedly told him has been deleted. So, something's weird there. But maybe we'll dismiss all that talk anyway, because it doesn't matter. The point is, and this is the point I want to make, is that the Sabbatean atheists, Satanists, who are trying to artificially create the apocalypse, who are trying to recreate their old Babylonian empire, have been exposed. Their game is up. It's over. They're not going to accomplish it. They're not going to start World War III. They're lucky if they're going to stay alive. So I'm telling you, you members of the Council on Foreign Relations and Bilderberg and all those families, the Harrimans, the Schiffs, the Bushes, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Walkers, etc. You are just a bunch of old-fashioned aristocrats, and you've got armed peasants at your doorstep. You are in grave danger. Extremely grave danger, and I'm offering you a chance to actually make your biblical prophecies come true. It's easy, and it's not crazy. It's scientifically provable. All they got to do is stop war. Devote all the money that's used towards war to ending poverty, saving the environment, saving the planet. And here's the clincher. It is now technically possible to give people lifespans of hundreds of years and eventually eternal life on this earth. And that's hard science, not fantasy. And it's also possible to make people radically more intelligent, okay? Don't you see? Eternal life and superpowers available on this earth. Now, if that doesn't qualify for something that could be called end of times, I don't know what is. And if these people want to build a new ziggurat or temple, well, go for it. Just do it somewhere where you get clear property rights. You know, there's nothing in the Bible that says it has to be in exactly the same place. So you can carry out your damn prophecies and save the planet and give people eternal life, or you can be killed. Think about it. This is real. This is not some crazy guy. Do the hard research. Look at the science. Look at the facts. This is true. Now, the people in the U.S. Army, I tell you this, if those, members of your elite slave-ruling class, who you just become dimly aware of recently, do not take this suggestion, I strongly recommend that the Provost Marshal arrest them. And if you dismantle their so-called charitable funds and their trust funds, which is just disguised form of landed aristocracy, you'll find that there'll be more than $100,000 for every man, woman, and child in America. There's a lot of families that could use that kind of money. Now, of course, if they go and all spend it right away, it'll become worthless. But if they spend it carefully, their futures will be much better. So, if these ruling families do not listen and change their hearts, arrest them. And I know that's happening. I know their day is finished. And to you in the military, I say this. Why are you murdering innocent women and children? You realize that you're going to be seen by history as the same as the Nazi generals who did not stand up to Hitler, and that you will face war crimes, trials, unless you do the right thing, which the American people want, and your army is useless, okay? Think about it. The Chinese submarines are popping up behind your aircraft carriers. That means they're sitting ducks. Your entire fleet of aircraft carriers is useless junk now. Your satellites are all going to be blown out of the sky. Your dollar is going to be trashed. And most important of all is you don't have any enemies anyway. Nobody wants to fight you. Nobody wants war. The planet is tired of war. You don't need to invent new wars just to keep yourselves employed. Go terraform Mars. Go save hungry kids in Africa. Go fix up ecosystems. You know, there's a lot of better things to do with your organization than kill innocent Iraqis. And you know it. Your people know it. You want to go back to Kennedy's America. And that's something that you should do. It's a decent thing. It's the right thing. You know, just follow your common sense. We have now the scientific ability to give people permanent life on this earth. Superpowers. We can end poverty, stop environmental destruction. You want to do that, or do you want to keep on with endless war? And to you conspiracy people, I have a word to say to you guys too, okay? It's easy to criticize someone for spilling a glass of milk. It's much harder to put the milk back in the glass. So, it's fine to criticize, and it's great, but you've got to spend a little bit more energy and time coming up with alternatives. If you want to really get the power, you have to come up with a better plan, not just criticize the plan that's going on now. However, basically, I salute you, and I'll let you know that the people of the world are on your side, and the horrible, nasty American government you have now is about to fall. Its days are finished. And humanity is about to wake up from a long and terrible nightmare. We're going to see the most wonderful things. Dawn is coming. But you American people need to shake off that horrendous leadership that has sneakily inserted itself above you over the past 100 years. Remember that. They killed Kennedy, they killed Martin Luther King, and they're trying to kill you. But if you do have to fight them, do not fight hired guards who have families to support. That's a waste of time and you'll lose. Concentrate on assassinating those top people. Do not waste your time with hired thugs. But hopefully, and most wisely of all, is peaceful protest. Soft power is the strongest of all. That's the essence of Oriental wisdom. Anyway, these guys are finished. That much is for sure. You will be free soon. Thank you.